Y'all get ready to rock and roll tonight to the most comfortable show. Well, it's on the radio. Amen. We are about to go with. That's all I'm going to tell you. Brace yourself. We got Hinds County drama. We got Danny Ray Hollins. We got Colin Robinson. We got a new amended lawsuit by Tina Wallace against the city of Jackson and anti-Lumumba. We got everything you need. It is going down. Hit the share button. Tag a friend. It's your most loved, the most talked about, the most thought-provoking show on the web and soon to be back on the radio. It's your Cipher Voice, back at our regular time, 7:30 prime time every night. Turn up season, y'all. Get ready. Oh yeah, we got everybody in the building tonight. Sandra Jackson, Betty McKellen, Pat Guys, Nancy Evans, Cynthia Hall, Bertha Williams, Rolynn, Angela Teague Miles, Lacey Cheatham, Rhonda Robinson, Louise Clark, Stark Mike, my boy, Nita Jacobs, Diane Thomas Young, Monique Franklin, what's up, girl? Kathy Ford, Mike Hill, Kathleen Stewart, Reese Bailey, Gloria Bowles, Mama Bowles, Ernestine Jefferson, Terrence Harris, Jackie Adams, Betty McMillan, Tanya Balance, Prince Colbert. Oh man, we in the building tonight, Cyber Nation. Murders Making White, Yoda Yacht, why not? Angela T. Miles, Kevin Smith, Stacey R. Odom, Pamela Washington. Hey y'all, let's rock and roll. It's news you can use, people. It's the Cipher Voice. New background, happenings, themes. Is the season. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Let's rock and let's roll. Woo! We got a show tonight. That's all I'm gonna tell you. We got a show tonight. All right. We got bald head sissies in the county. The honeymoon is over. Creedell, David Archie, Bob Gavin. It's a war taking on, people. And in the midst of all of that, we got a sex predator in the schools and one in the church. In the midst of all of that, we got a police chief that hates black women and a mayor that supports that agenda. We break it all down tonight. We got the documents, we got the court records, the suits. It's the show that does what nobody else does, and that's give you raw, uncut truth. Straight, no chaser. All right? Y'all know what it is. Oh man, welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hey, how many of y'all remember that? Welcome back, Carter Show. Welcome back, y'all. It's Monday, man. Today is what? May the 24th. All right, May the 24th. School's about to be out, people. The country is open back up. Folks are back. Some people never stop. I'm just saying. But the scandemic, pandemic is about to be history. Moratoriums are being released off of real estate property. If you ain't paid your rent, you probably gonna get kicked out. And there's a host of other stuff going on, man. And we want to just welcome you to the most thought-provoking show on the web, and soon to be back on the radio. But we do know it's the most talked about, the most thought-provoking, the most non-liberal show on the web here in the capital city of Jackson, Mississippi. So if you're tuning in from outside the state, if you're watching us on YouTube, I'm your host, Napoleon Edwards. You'll be with us for the next 45 minutes to the hour. It all depends on what my team said. It all depends on what we decide we're going to do. But hey, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. And if you're first time viewer on this show, thumbs up. And if you're a regular viewer, just hit the hearts. And then all we ask for you to do, man, is all right? All we ask for you to do is do what? Hit that share button and tag a friend. That's it. That's it. There is no prerequisites to watching this, man. Hit the share button, tag a friend. That's all we ask you to do. All right, 5 years and counting, y'all. Here we are, Cipher Voice, Cipher platform, and we're on our way back. We're gonna march right back up on those 27,000 followers that they took from us on Facebook. We're gonna march right back up on them. So that's all we ask you to do. That's your only obligation. Share, 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 share. As you can see, hashtag Cipher Voice, hashtag accountability, hashtag coming down your road. All right, yeah, we back on it just like that. And man, so wow, people, man, what a week have we had? Wow, what a week have we had in the city of Jackson, Mississippi. No water in South Jackson, all right? That's a whole nother agenda that we have not even gotten on yet. But I mean, we're really concerned about the people of South Jackson. We hope that, and I guess hope's not the right word. I don't know. Because we've been hoping for stuff in the black community for a long, long time. We've been hoping for stuff and ain't nothing changed yet. So I don't know if we hope that the water gets fixed. I'm going to say we demand that the water gets fixed, all right? We demand that the citizens of South Jackson have water and the citizens of Byron. I'm not gonna hope. Hope is like some, it reminds me of this slave mentality. I'm just saying, black folks been hoping since John left the army. We hope this and we hope that and we hope this. The hell with hope. Because in between hope and despair has to be the means to change. And that's what we are over here on this platform. We're change agents, all right? Yeah, we don't go along to get along. We don't do none of that. We can't be bought by the liberal left. We don't care anything about cancel culture. We're not hung up on any prior mistakes that we possibly made in our past. We just don't make them again. Because if you keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again, that's insanity. You know what I'm saying? And none of us want to be labeled crazy, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, I don't. I mean, because if you keep like doing the same stuff over and over and getting the same result, that's insanity. And insanity is considered crazy. And that's considered mentally ill. So you have a mental illness. And some of you have that and don't even know it. I'm just saying. So we don't want to be that over here. So we're like a group of people that don't mind just hearing the truth. We don't mind being, told, hey, you wrong, or you need to straighten up, or you need to fix something, or you need to do that. It don't bother this group over here. We can handle that. All right. Some people can't. But this group, I believe, is a pretty tough group of people, and we're not afraid of accountability, our responsibilities, or anything that deals with being a responsible African American in today's society. And we have white viewers, we have conservative viewers, we have gay viewers, we have transsexual viewers, we got lurkers, we got a host of folks that watch this show. And we're not even against any of that. One group of people, I can kind of care less. But don't come over here trying to push your stuff on this platform, because it ain't gonna work. All right, it ain't gonna work over here. If you want to be a fun boy and a peanut butter packer, hey, so be it. But do it over there. Don't do it over here. That's all I'm saying. All right? And don't try to push it over here, and don't expect nobody over here to even care. I'm just saying. It's just real. Don't expect us to care. Don't expect us to be like, oh, well, we feel sorry for you. No, it don't work like that. All right. We're trying to be responsible African Americans over here, and we just got a certain set of principles and rules that we're trying to reinstill back in a small part of African American people, and that's just what it is. All right. So that's the spiel on that. All right. Nothing against you. Don't hate you, don't want to see you dead, or any of that. And I got to get that disclaimer. My friend told me today, make sure you get that disclaimer, because sometimes you can't come off as if you're homophobic. I'm not. I could care less. If you want somebody going up your anal, that's up to you. Just know if you're a man and you're doing that, you're not considered a man. All right? I mean, that subject came up last week. And it's brought me a lot of flack in the last couple of days, so I got to readdress it again. And I just thought I should do it now with the opening of the show, since we're now going in another direction and our logo and everything is on the line, branding and everything is on the line. I think I need to address that before you guys try to come back and hunt me down like you did. What's the little short guy named, the little comedian? And they tried to hunt him down once he got the deals and the money was signed and stuff like that. They came back, oh, well, he's homophobic. Woo out the band, woo out to this. And I'm like, okay. And and prove that he's homophobic, all right? So we're not any of that over here. That's your prerogative. And if we choose to talk about it, it's not that we don't like you or anything. We just question, certain things about it. And if you don't know, you ask questions. That's all I'm saying. I just find it hard to be a man and another man is humping on you. I just don't understand that. I just personally feel, this is my disclaimer, I just personally feel something's mentally wrong with you if you think that that's okay. And so, we had a guy on here last week that says, I'm a proud gay a proud black gay man. And I told him, you were doing good when you said I'm proud and I'm black and I'm gay. But when he got to the man part, I just believe these are my personal opinions, okay? And if you are desensitive, if you are sensitive to this conversation, I can understand you logging off and coming back later, but I got to get this out because I'm working on branding and somebody is trying to, already strike my brand down by saying, oh, he's homophobic. Well, I'm not homophobic. I'm just saying, if you are black, if you're proud and you're black and you're gay, okay, then you're cool right there. But you can't put man behind that because a man doesn't engage in that type of behavior. I'm just saying, based on my teaching, based on the anatomy of a man, based on what is considered logical thought to me, I just don't see a man doing that. Like I don't see a man texting a 14-year-old or 15-year-old. I don't see a man that calls himself a preacher, pastor. I just don't understand the logic of that. See, everything to me is, my mind processes stuff different. I don't know, maybe it was prison. I don't know. Maybe it's growing up in the, maybe it's hustling in the streets too long. I don't know. Because I always use, and me and my partner was talking about that. It was like, dude, you never been a late owl. You always were like, if you didn't get your drugs from me early in the daytime, by the time it got dark, you want to go get nothing. I ain't serving nobody in the dark. I can't see at night. I mean, I can, but things look different at night. And in my mind, when I think about certain stuff and the way I was raised and how we were raised as a people, I'm like, well, I never saw men like grandpa or my dad or my uncles or none of the men that I grew up with in Presidential Hill. It's like none of the men that my friends' dads are, I never saw them do gay stuff. I'm just saying those were real men. Like they had chainsaws and dump trucks and flow jacks, and they worked on cars and motorcycles and boats, and they took us fishing and hunting, and we learned how to skin deers and rabbits and squirrels, and like every child on the street had a dog. Every boy we used to fight our dogs, and then dog fighting was illegal. And we didn't have pit bulls. We had like collies and German shepherds and chihuahuas. I'm just saying, we were boys becoming men. Yeah, I'm just saying that. Now see, you can't fault me. You can't fault me for my upbringing. It's like I can't fault you for yours. So when I say what I'm saying, people try to say, well, he's homophobic. No, I'm basing my perception on men, on what I grew up and saw were men. I never saw soft men. I never grew up around feminine men. I never grew up around gay men. Just saying. All the men I knew were straight. They were hard. It's like your daddy would thump you and it would hurt worse than a belt. You would rather get a spanking than get a thump So I'm just saying, we had not old school, but we had real men. So, I mean, nothing personal, people, but I got to help y'all to understand my train of thought so you won't be saying, why Polo always so hard? Because my friend told me today, she was like, you so hard on gay people. I'm like, no, I'm not. I got gay friends. I got gay friend girls. I ain't tripping. I got cousins. I got a gay guy cousin, but I'm just saying, what you want me to do? I can't change the way I process it. I can't. This is the way I was raised. All right. So I'm not homophobic. Let me fix that for my brand. All right. So people be trying to destroy your brand. All right, he's talking about, oh, he's homophobic. Can't be on the radio. He can't do this. And he doesn't like homophobic people. And all that, man, stop that bullshit. I just don't understand y'all. That's all. I don't understand you. And according to the psychological data from 1977 up to about 1979, that's considered a mental illness. And I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to stick with that. All right? Just like schizophrenia, paranoia, and all the other stuff is considered mental illness. You know what I'm saying? Hoarding. People that just hoard stuff. You won't clean up your damn house. Don't you know something mentally wrong with you? If you ride around in your car nasty, hello somebody. See, some of y'all right now be like, damn, this nigga just called me out. I'm diagnosing. Yeah, you mentally ill. Like if you ride around your car nasty all the time, you got bottles in your car, you got condom wrappers, you got hotel, the hotel keys, those keys from the hotel, all the hotels you done been in and out with them Negroes and niggerettes. You got that stuff in your car, and you won't clean your car up. You got, water bottles and drinks and French fries down the side of the seat. That's hoarding. That's nasty. That's trifling. That's a mental illness. Yeah, real talk. You ever seen a chick on Instagram and then pull down on her and look at her car? You be like, oh no, I did not order this. I mean, it'd be like bad on Instagram. It'd be like bad. Like the filter be right. You know what I'm saying? And they had a little weave on them. What they call them? What's them thing called? Frontals or whatever that stuff is. And then when you be like, well, I'm on so and so, pull up. And they pull up, and you look inside the car, lean your head over, and you be like, oh no. No, that's a mental illness. Y'all need to talk to your friends. Tell your girl, help y'all people, man. Help your people. Let your people know that something's wrong if they riding around in nasty cars and their house is nasty and all that, and they only take pictures in the bathroom. You need to check your people, man. Check on your folks. Ain't that what y'all saying all the time? We gotta check on our people, y'all. Real talk. And we gonna laugh about it, but that's real. And you need to check your friend girl, and you need to check, your partner and all them. The partner that go out and party every weekend and, do all that stuff. We won't pay child support. You need to check that Negro. You know that. You need to tell your man that's trifling. That's nasty. That's a mental illness. Something wrong with you, bro. Can't be doing that kind of stuff. All right? So there's a lot of things that we as a people need to work on. We need to check our folks about. All right? So, y'all excuse me. I'm trying to get this camera right. So anyway, but let's work on that stuff, man. Let's work on those things and try to get ourselves in a better shape, black people. All right? Welcome to the snow. Welcome to the show. That was just the introduction for all the new people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're just coming in, hit the share button and tag one person, and we're going. All right, so today, y'all, breaking. Today, out of Hinds County, and I told you this some weeks ago, right? I told you a couple of weeks ago that the honeymoon was over between Creedell Calhoun, David Archie, and Robert Graham. If you remember me telling you about that, thumbs up. All right, thumbs up on the thing. Creedell Calhoun, David Archie, and Robert Graham. The 3-2 split has gone down the drain. All right, and I mean it's an all-out war going on in Hinds County. I mean, like for real. And I told you this weeks ago, before it made the news today. All right. So tell the news once again, they late. All right. And so today, David has a moment. And David's been having these moments lately, y'all. David has been having moments since 2016. No, 2017. David's been having some hell of a moments. And all due respect to my girl, because y'all know I got major love for Naya. But David's been having moments ever since he choked Naya and lied about it. And then Judge Sapsodine dismissed the case and put Naya back in harm's way. David's been having those kind of moments. All right. He's been having moments all the way to the point where he went downtown and had a press conference where he implicated the DA and others in a scheme and a plot to have me falsely arrested. David's been having moments. Even at that interview, he was ready to fight the reporter. David's been having some hell of a moments. All right. He's had a moment to the point where we catch him on video camera, putting his beautiful wife's belongings out on the street because she no longer wants to be abused, or she no longer wants to be in an abusive situation. David's been having moments. He's been having moments all the way to the point that once it was caught on tape, he even blamed his wife, his former wife's sisters, for conspiring against him. And we caught him on tape throwing his wife's clothing out. He's been having moments. All the way to the point where he even accused the judge of doing drugs in his recently domestic violence case. David's been having moments. And today, he had one. He had a moment. David had a moment. And I ain't talking about no kumbaya moment. David had a moment, people. You heard what I said. You're a bald head sister. That's what y'all are. So he finally admits now that Gavin, as well as Creedell, are sissies. But guess what? I've been telling you that for a long time too, right? So now David, thanks David. We ride together on this one. Big shots out to Supervisor Archie for calling it what it is. You're a bald head sister. And so in his moment, even though he was in a moment, he told the truth. Big shots out to David Archie for finally telling the truth. All right. But David wasn't done there, y'all. He was not done there. Oh, I know y'all missed it. I know y'all didn't catch it. All right. And so he was not done there. All right. He had more to say. Listen up.
Election Commission, District 2 Election Commission, who is the president of the Election Commission, came before the board to ask for $60,000 to distribute pamphlets and information concerning a municipal election. Well, the municipal elections are held by each municipality here in Hinds County. It is not held by Hinds County. We provide bags and other materials to some of the municipalities that request that information. This election commission, the president of the election commission, Tony Johnson, asked the board to approve $60,000 in order to deliver pamphlets. Just a few days ago, it was only $45,000. In 2 or 3 days, it went from $45,000 to $60,000, and we don't know where the money is going. There was nothing presented to me today or the board
Now, hold up right there. So let me tell you what's going on. So I told you some weeks ago, right, that it was a lot of money about to come through the county. Remember I told y'all that? If you remember, thumbs up. Remember weeks ago? See, that's why you got to watch this show. Remember weeks ago, I said it's a bunch of money about to come through the county. All right? Well, the money is on the way, and it's been being distributed. And so guess what? David is mad. Because this is what happened, people. Creedell went and got with Bob Gavin and them and said, hey, y'all, I'm sick of David. I'm sick of Robert Graham. They don't get to tell me what to do. I'm the president. I'm the depend-wearing guy around here. I run the show. Y'all get with me, you and Bobcat McGowan, and we can switch on David and Graham. We can run our own 3-2, and I can manipulate you guys a little better because David and Robert are trying to run over me. They trying to tell me what to do, and I ain't going. And so Depend, stuttering, talking Creedell, grow some kahunas. And he said, no, David. I'm taking this money and I'm going over here with the sorry Bobcat McGowan and the sorry Gavin. And I'm going to roll with them. And we going to flip the 3-2 on you and Graham. And now it's all out in the open. That's right, y'all. And I told you it was coming. And so now David, in his hate for Tony Johnson, has said, wow, Tony Johnson, election commission, she wants $45,000 to educate the voters on an election that has nothing to do with Hinds County. I kind of agree with that, David. But then she says, well, no, 45 is not enough. I need 60. And Graham said, well, no, we're not giving you 60. Why? Because we don't have any ways of keeping up with the money. David said, I'm not going to be able to get none of that money. I got a cocaine habit. How am I going to be able to get, if you're not going to give me no money to support my cocaine habit and all the young women I'm chasing and my drinking habit that I do every Friday and Saturday night in the county vehicle, I'm not voting on that. So they said, well, fine. We don't need you to vote on it anyway. You know why, David? Because we're not going to support your cocaine habit. You spend too much of the county money already on cocaine. And during this whole interview, they were wiping his nose. All right, he needed a line bad. That he had just called you a bald head sissy, and now you're telling me I'm not gonna be able to get to this money to support my cocaine habit and my whole habit? Oh no, it ain't going. I'm gonna cause a disruption. And so there you have it, people. Right out of the county first page. I already told you, call me a prophet, call me a bishop, call me an apostle, call me anything but a lie. All right, because I told you it was coming. Didn't I tell you? Thumbs up if I told you I was coming. Thumbs up if I told you it was coming. Or you can just mark amen in the comment section. All right, amen will do. Right there. It's just like we in church. Amen, Polo. Preacher. You told us, and I told you. Yeah, and so there you have it. Right off the front page of the county, Creedell, as dumb as he is, has sense enough to put the flip-flop on David and Robert Graham. And he did just that. He went and got with Bobcat McGowan and Gavin and said, hey, y'all, this money is coming through. I'm in control of it. You rolling with me? Or you rolling with them? Bobcat and McGowan said, hell, man, we ain't had nothing all year. We rolling with you. Let's go. 3-2. We got it. They fired Thelma Boy quicker than he could blink an eye. They didn't give Thelma Boy time to get his stuff out of it. Now David is accusing Creedell of corruption. What do you mean corruption? David Archie, Creedell Calhoun, Malcolm Johnson, and Kathy Sykes, they've been stealing money ever since David took office. What are y'all talking about? And let me switch over. Let me switch over into my, what's the guy's name on Stephen A. Let me switch over into my Stephen A. voice, all right? Are you kidding me, Skip? David Archie, Kathy Sykes, and Malcolm Johnson, and Creedell Calhoun, they have been stealing money since day one, all right? Now they can't get no more money. Now they can't get no more money. David got to support Addie Green. He got to support his nose candy habit. He got to support Malcolm. He got to support Kathy Sykes' funky tail self. And you mean to tell me he don't get none of the money? Oh, man. Oh, man. The fat lady has sung in Hinds County. The 3-2 is over with, baby. It's over with. It's over with, baby. Yeah, and so there you have it, people. There you have it. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you. That's the real spill. All right. And so 45,000 to 60,000. Only thing they said, they're giving 9,000 to each ward. Okay. Where's the rest of it going? They said they're going to educate the voters. To do what? Vote for Antar? I don't know. You tell me. And I got a love for Tony. That's my girl. Y'all know it. I got love for Tony Johnson, and I hope she get the money. My thing is this. David is furious. David accused Creedell Calhoun of not only wearing the pins, he could accuse Bobcat McGowan and Gavin of being bald-head sissies, in which they are. And then he turns around and says, well, Creedell has been operating in nepotism. Well, David, that's the same thing you were operating in when you helped Jackie Amos get the job at the juvenile detention center. Boing! Boing! What, you thought didn't nobody know? Jackie Amos used to be your side piece, David. Or maybe she still is your side piece. I don't know. But did you or did you not help her get the job at the juvenile detention center? That was for free, people. I didn't even charge you for that one. So if you want to hit the Cash App up later on for the just real raw shit, just hit it up. All right. But anyway, so now David says, well, Creedell, you sitting around here and you helping everybody else out in your family. Well, yeah. Well, Creedell helped Big Mama get a contract. No, Robert Graham helped Big Mama get a contract because Big Mama was supposedly Robert Graham's niece, best friend, but supposedly Big Mama was trying to sleep with her best friend's daddy. So I don't know how all that went, but they also helped Big Mama get a contract. Who else did they help get contracts? Quite a few people. They helped get contracts. And then Big Mama got mad about the ankle monitoring contract because she wasn't getting no things. They were getting them all to Hondo because Hondo gives his kickback to Antar. So they fell out. But now David is telling on everybody. He's spilling the beans. Well, David has a lot to spill about. David possibly could go to prison for perjury, for lying about his address, because once his divorce went through, we realized that he did not stay at the country club drive home. So he lied, all right? So he lied. That's perjury, all right? And it could be election fraud or whatever else. It all depends. Then he also is now asking for the state auditor. He's asking for Shad White to come investigate the county. I wonder why. So David really turned the state's evidence on national TV against Creedell Calhoun and Bobcat McGowan and Gavin. Well, David, if you implicate all of them, you definitely gotta implicate yourself, all right? But I'm just saying, I cannot believe David L. Then again, I can. Because when you got a nose candy habit, it make you do some weird stuff.
To show us how much money is going to be spent. Other than $9,000 of money will be spent in every district. And in that 9,000, there's probably about 11 or 12 more thousand that.
So 9 times 5 is what, math magicians? Okay, students, 9 times 5 is what? I'll let somebody put it up on the board. Okay, and I just told y'all that, right? I just told you how much money was gonna be left. Don't ask me how I know, just know I know. So if you got 9,000 to each district and you got 5 districts, that means you got how much money, people? All right, so David, you're just like a dope fiend. You know, dope fiends, I don't care how much of a dope fiend you are, you can count real good, right? So David is saying, it's going to be a little bit around 12, 13,000 floating around. I could do something with that. Yeah, I'm just saying, people. Yeah, it's a decent little piece of money, you know, to mess with. Most people that have gotten $13,000, $14,000, $15,000, you know, all these new people with these PPP bodies, I'm just saying. They get $13,000, $14,000. They run to Miami, get a surgery, and come back to the ghetto and live in the hood. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's the type of shit you've been seeing around here lately since Joe Biden took office. I'm just saying, people, keep it real now. How many people you know got $13,000 and took straight off to Miami, barely had enough money to stay in the recovery and to get back home, to only live in the ghetto? I'm just saying. So David is saying, hey, I'm not going to get $13,000 and run and get a surgery for what? Yeah, I don't need surgery. All I need is to feed my habit. And somebody got to help me feed this habit. The county been doing it. Why would you switch up now? I'm just saying, people. I'm just saying. So David, as big as a crackhead as he is, he counting that money. He said, there's some money left on the table. They think they gonna cut me out? Nah. I want my part. And if you're not gonna give me mine, I'm gonna tell everything. Because now, watch this, people. The only reason he's telling now is because of the 3-2 split. They're no longer in the clique. And so he knows that from here on in, no matter how he vote, he can't win. I gotta give it to Creedell. Creedell, you pulled one this time. Now, what would be interesting, people, is if Malcolm Johnson, who has Creedell on his show every week, let's see if Malcolm gonna invite David on the show. Matter of fact, whose side is Malcolm on? That was interesting right there. Malcolm, whose side you gonna take in this one? Your boss or your talk show host? Or the real boss? Because Creedell the president. So I'm just saying, there you have it. The honeymoon is over in the county, y'all. That's it on the Archies, the Calhouns, the Grahams, the Gavins, and the Bobcats. There it is. All right, your whole circus in Hinds County. And let me just make this disclaimer. David L. Archie hates Tony Johnson. He's terrified that she's going to run against him in the next Hinds County Board of Election. And she's going to win if she does. I'm just saying, if Tony Johnson runs for District 2 seat in Hinds County, she go beat the brakes off of David Archie. And he hates to know. It eats him up to know that. And that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying. Don't y'all want Tony to run? Don't y'all want to get rid of Dave? Tell Tony Johnson to run. She'll win hands down. I'm just saying. My prediction. All right? That's just my prediction. Don't take it personal. All right? All right. Moving right along. Oh, we got a hot show tonight. Don't go nowhere. You might as well hit the share button, tag, and free. We got a hot show tonight. So moving right along. Today, they amended the lawsuit in the federal courts. Tina Wallace against the city of Jackson, Chokwe Lumumba in his individual capacity, James Davis and his individual capacity, and John Doe. Wow, people, this is a jaw-dropping case as well, okay? And the reason why this is a jaw-dropping case as well is because not only is this one of the cases in federal court against the city and the police chief, but there's another case in federal court against the city and the police chief with 10 to 12 officers involved. And then I'm sure behind the direct verdict that Faye gave against Lincoln Lampley and Barney, that there will be another case in the federal courtroom against the city of Jackson. And not to mention my own. Yeah, that's right. You gotta know I'm suing them for false arrest and false imprisonment and malicious persecution. You gotta know that, right? All right. So major lawsuits coming down on the city of Jackson in federal courts, people. Let me tell you now, these are not lawsuits filed in the Hinds County Chancery or Hinds County Circuit. These are federal lawsuits, okay? federal lawsuits, all right? And so Tina Wallace, by and through her attorney of the record, files this complaint against the defendants in support thereof, would show unto the court the following, to wit, that the defendants in the sex discrimination and employment action deprived the Tina L. Wallace her right to be free of retaliation and sex discrimination in violation. Now listen to this. And I've been trying to teach y'all, and I'm proud of Tina. I'm proud of Tina, and I know the LGBTQ community supports her, and I support her, all right? I support her in this because this is the right thing to do, and she deserves every dime she gets for this, all right? And that's just real, all right? And so big shouts out to you, Tina, and we are not hoping or praying for you. We demanding that you get the justice that you deserve, all right? And so this lawsuit is authorized and instituted in pursuit to U.S. Code 42, 1983, okay? Violating a person's civil rights. And this is why it's important. And let me just give y'all a background of Ms. Wallace. I think she's one, if not the only one, I know she's one of the only officers that JPD, or one of the officers that JPD had that had been to Quantico. That's the FBI training facility. And so this lady is not just some fly-by-night police officer. She's not just a person that is asking to be treated a certain way because of her preference of life. The lady really knows law enforcement, okay? And I'm gonna give her flowers on that. No matter whatever type of discussions me and her have had, we gonna always keep mutual respect. Me and her keep it real to this day. And I understand and know that she does know law enforcement, okay? So in spite of what anybody in the office might have thought about her personally, doesn't take away from the fact that she knows law enforcement. And to my understanding, she did it by the book. And in some places, that's not acceptable, all right? In some places, doing it by the book is not acceptable, all right? They want you to do some slick shit. I'm just saying, all right? JPD is one of those places where they want you to do slick shit, all right? And so she didn't want to be part of that. And she wanted to do her job the way that she felt the badge required her to do it, based on the oath that she took. Like Faye handles her courtroom according to the way that the oath she took to uphold the law and the decrees and the constitutions that govern the law in the state of Mississippi. She handles her courtroom in that way, and you got to respect that. All right, and I like those type of people. All right, and because I know how to make the law work for me, not against me, as long as you uphold it. Okay, now as long as you doing your part to uphold the law, I can promise you I'm gonna make the law work in my favor every time, because I understand it. All right, and I've studied it and I understand it. And so I'm like Tina. She understood her constitutional rights. She understood how she was supposed to be treated as a woman. Rather, she wanted to be represented as a gay woman or a straight woman, or however. She understood that she was not supposed to be under duress and under stress in that capacity, okay? She had a right. Understand what I'm saying, people? She has a right. And a lot of you don't know your rights. And she argued her right, and her right demands to be heard in the federal courts in this country. And so I respect that. That's part of this great Constitution. That's part of this great country. When you have a problem with somebody, to pull them into a courtroom and say, I got a problem with this. All right. If you violated my right, the courtroom is where we handle it at. All right. And Tina did that. And I like that in her. And so according to the Constitution of the United States of America, they violated her First and 14th Amendment, all right? And that is a violation of the U.S. Code 42, according to 1983. And the jurisdiction of the court is invoked in pursuant to that code, and the venue and proper pursuant is substantial, meaning that these acts that were taken out against her took place in Hinds County. All right, so that means that they took place in Hinds County. They took place in while she was on the job as an officer of Hinds County. She identifies as an African American female. She was an adult resident in the city at the time of the acts, and the defendant being the city of Jackson municipality may be served. Now, let me tell you something, people. A lot of people don't understand this. And this is why I tell you, these elected officials, some of y'all think they cannot be sued. They can be sued in their capacity. I had a lawyer to tell me, that's when I knew you couldn't be, you a certain person couldn't be my lawyer, because they said, well, you can't sue them in their capacity. I looked at them like, is you crazy? Now, you done been to law school. You done been to a whole law school and got a whole law degree, and you had the audacity to tell me you can't sue the DA or you can't sue a county board supervisor or the mayor or anybody else in their capacity. That's a lie. That's a lie. The law allows you to sue them in their capacity along with the city in some instances. And so, it's just crazy how people be in these cliques. If you're scared, just say you're scared. Say I don't want to sue. But don't try to make me think you know more than me about the law because you got a law degree. It's on the internet. Shit. You ain't got to do nothing but read, type it in and read. You can say, Google, can you sue the mayor? Google, Siri, can I sue David Archie? Yes, you can. Simon says you can. I'm telling you, man. And she's suing the city of Jackson. She's suing Lumumba in his capacity, and she's suing James Davis in his capacity. All right. And the statement of facts is that Wallace began her career in law enforcement in JPD in February 1993. She rose through the ranks of JPD, held the following positions: patrol officer, detective, sergeant, lieutenant, commander, as well as deputy chief. Wallace was selected by former police chief Lindsey Horton to serve as deputy chief of patrol operations for JPD. Wallace was selected to attend the FBI Academy. I just told you that. After Wallace completed her training with the FBI, she returned to her position as deputy chief of patrol operations, a position she held until she was demoted by former police chief Lee Vance. Let's just pause right there. Y'all got to be. Hope y'all got y'all drink tonight, because I got to deal with this one. But I got to talk this talk tonight. So here it is, Raw. Let me get y'all up to speed, Jackson. So how long I've been telling y'all about Lee Vance and how he did women under his watch. So y'all don't see the patterns. So you got to see these patterns. Now y'all got to see these patterns. So this woman that was more decorated, but just about more decorated than he was, demoted her, Lee Vance, for political reasons. Now let me just tell y'all, all right? Let me just tell y'all, he was told to demote her and did accordingly. And also he demoted her out of his own personal dislike for her ability to do things the right way. All right? Aggrieved by her situation, Wallace sued the city of Jackson and Lee Vance. Months after Wallace filed suit, Lee Vance, watch this now, stepped down. Now watch this now. Now y'all remember, let me break it down for you. Y'all remember I told y'all last week that Lee stepped down and retired, remember? And then Antar put Davis up. But remember how I told y'all Antar, along with Lee, along with the current DA, along with a couple of judges, they wanted to secure the county as well as what? The city. So Antar told Lee to resign and I'm gonna support you for sharing. That way we controlling the city and the county. Told y'all, Anti ain't smart enough, but the people that's pushing his button, they make him do what they tell him to do. It's always a puppet master, all right? And so Lee stepped down, Anti appointed Chief James Davis, and then Lee ran for sheriff, and then Anti did what? Endorsed it. Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all this weeks ago? So now this lawsuit just helps put it together, what I already told y'all. So now the picture is even clear, all right? Lumumba then selected Davis as his choice for interim police chief. After Davis became interim police chief, he selected Wallace to serve as deputy chief of administration. In September of 2018, 911 public safety communications manager Tanya Louisville Jones alleged she had 281 hours of deferred time. They've been stealing overtime down there. They've been stealing time now. Now listen, y'all, check this out. Y'all remember when I told y'all about how JPD officer was stealing all that overtime? If you remember, hit the thumbs up. If you don't, fine. Some of y'all been watching, been a faithful follower. You remember all this stuff that we read, we done already told you about. So if you follow this storyline, you'll remember these topics because don't nobody else talking about them but us. Don't nobody else bring this stuff out but us. All right. So they have been stealing time. All right. Prior to Louisville Jones' allegation, Patricia Lark Jackson, JPD Identification Public Safety Administrator, told Wallace that Commander Stephen Wells was punching the clock for Louisville Jones and Latrice Atkins in. In other words, they were coming down there punching them in, and they wasn't even there. All right. Jackson told Wallace she had addressed the matter with Stephen Wells in the past. Wallace immediately notified Davis and then Assistant Chief Ricky Robinson. Now, y'all remember, Ricky had been promised by Anti during the election of Anti's election that he was going to be the next police chief. Abby, who represented me in a case, and represents me in the current case, Abby Robinson, the lawyer, her husband, Ricky Robinson, had a big fundraiser for Anti during his first election. And it was some words passed, and Anti told them, based on the contribution they gave, to my understanding now, that Ricky was going to be the next police chief. If you remember when I did the story about Anti demoting Ricky, I told you I was going to be a big fallout behind. All right. And so later on, Brian Griselle got into the ear, him and Vincent, of Anti, and made Anti demote Ricky Robinson. But here, look what happened. All right. Wallace immediately notified Davis and then Assistant Chief Ricky Robinson. On or about October the 29th, 2018, Davis invited Chaplain Pastor Terry Moore to sit in during a staff meeting due to the tension that existed amongst the executive command staff. Now, executive command staff, that means all your top brass. So now listen, people, during this time at JPD, you had a officer pull a gun on another female officer with a bullet in the chamber, had nothing been done about it. You had another officer go out there years before that with Tina Wallace and act a fool with her out there in the house with the city attorney. You had an officer accused of messing with children. You had an officer that committed suicide. You had Mark Coleman. You just had all kind of stuff going on in JPD. All right. Just a mess down there. All right. And it was so bad because the executive command staff was James Davis, Ricky Robinson, Assistant Chief Hearn, who now, Tiny Harris, who they say stay in some trouble, Vincent Griselle, and Wallace. Wallace complained that Assistant Chief Robinson was constantly interfering with her ability to carry out her duties. So every time she tried to reprimand somebody, because that's what she was supposed to do. If people were doing wrong, she was supposed to fix it. She was supposed to address it. But every time she got ready to do something, Ricky Robinson was isolating and insulating the officer who she was trying to reprimand. All right. Wallace reported that Assistant Chief Ricky Robinson was not interfering with the male deputy chiefs carrying out their duty. So if the male chief wanted to fire a female, put a female on desk duty or something, Ricky Robinson wasn't caring nothing about that. He was on the one gonna let this African American, she wasn't in the closet, African American gay sister, not run the department the way, or her department, or her area, the way she wanted to run. Rather, he felt some type of way because she was a gay woman, or rather she was a black woman. However, he was wrong, and anybody else that mistreated her based on her being a woman was wrong. Now that's real. All right. On or about October 31st, 2018, before Wallace completed and submitted her investigative packet on Louisville Jones, Larry Turner, former City of Jackson Equal Employment Opportunity Officer, emailed Wallace a memorandum outlining Louisville Jones' complaint that she was being harassed by Wallace. Wallace was required to respond in writing to Louisville Jones' complaint. On or about November 26, 2018, Wallace completed her investigation of Louisville Jones. Wallace submitted her findings to David Davis. Louisville Jones' timesheet showed Wells was punching the clock for Louisville Jones. So this woman said, wait a minute, because this sister is accusing me of stealing time. I know, and she knew you were stealing time, Louisville Jones. Louisville Jones said, well, I'm gonna lie and act like she harassing me. I'm gonna make it look like this some type, like she want me or something. No, helper, don't nobody want nothing but that money back that you stole from the citizens of Hinds County. That woman didn't want you, ain't thought about you, don't want nothing to look like you or smell like you. What they wanted was that money that you stole from the citizens of Hinds County. And so when the woman went to report, and then why I don't understand why Shad White must got some dirt on Shad White somewhere in Jackson. But Shad White will not do a forensic audit on JPD. I'm not understanding it. They've been stealing money. Everybody know that. Listen, man, they've been stealing money at JPD for the longest. It's so easy to steal. It's easy. You got folks punching folks in on the time clock. They ain't even at work. They sitting up somewhere doing sucking and fucking. I'm just saying, y'all know what they doing. Or snorting the line, or smoking up blunt, or beating on their girlfriends or boyfriends. Y'all know how JPD officers is. Come on now. That's why I said, in this black community, all this stuff we be already knowing. You done heard it at the beauty shop. You done heard it at the barber shop. You done heard it at the church. You done heard it at 4th Avenue. You done heard it at the M-Bar. You done heard it at Last Call. You done heard it in your house, your cousin's house, at the cookout, at the kickback. You done heard it everywhere. You know it's true. Shit. Okay. After Wallace completed her investigation, she submitted her findings to Davis. Louis Jones' timesheet showed Wells was punching the clock for Louisville Jones. Wells was not Louisville Jones' immediate supervisor. Wells did not provide any justification for punching the clock for Louisville Jones. So you were stealing time. All right? On about December 17, 2018, while driving to the training academy for the 57 police recruitment graduating class, Wallace received a phone call from, listen now, from Irvin Bradley, AKA Hondo, the mayor's bodyguard. Why is the mayor's bodyguard calling the deputy chief? Hondo ain't no police officer. He ain't even certified. He like Mayfield. is. He like Torrin Mayfield and Grizel. He ain't even a certified police officer. These niggas around here playing Cowboys and Indians ain't been to nobody's academy. Hondo, a member of Lumumba's inner circle, Irvin Bradley, that's his real name, passed the telephone to Lumumba, who said, Tina, let me start by saying I'm very, very impressed. I'm very happy with the work you're doing. I'm extremely impressed, and I have peace that there's a competence going on. I have peace that you know real work is happening. Lumumba continued, understand this, that you know because of whatever history or whatever part of history, well, first and foremost, all before me, the part of history that I don't understand anything about, you got people that are gunning for you. Now, that's what the mayor telling her, and people will continue to do that. Some people will never have peace in their spirit about you, and what I will say is this, continue to do what you're doing, right? Just always, that's his word, right? Just always remember as you communicate and as you do things upright, that your communication is sound, and even your detractors at the end of the day, the people who are watching, can never say anything negative about you. And the reason I say that is because you're not doing anything you don't need to be doing and that you shouldn't be doing. And I'm actually happy with what you're doing. You have a skill set that can ultimately make you a chief. Now listen, anti-playing the game. Listen right here now. Right now, the reality is this. I'm be honest, as a man, right? I know that your path to that is harder than most men, right? Because there are things that you have to do in leadership positions that anybody would need to do. But just because you're a woman, they're going to give you more help. But ultimately, I just want you to keep that in your mind, because I would like you to know when you become chief, you know, I want to be there with you, right? And smiling with you, knowing that nobody's silliness because of your seriousness about your work calls your intelligence, because you think and because you're passionate, that nobody uses that against you. But this isn't for you. Don't you worry about anything. I'm fully with you. I fully think you're going to do a good job, but you're going to have those little whispers, just like I got little whispers. You're right. You got a lot of things whispering. Franche, Ashley, you're right, Mr. Mayor. I'm just saying, you got a lot of people whispering to you. I'm just saying. We all have whispers. No, I ain't got nobody whispering to me. Use a damn lie. I ain't got no whispers. Lumumba explained. In all honesty, understand that I'm a man of faith. These Negroes all sound the same. These liberal Negroes kill me. They love to put God and faith in. The wrong faith you got in is running up in one of these girls naked. That's it. That's the only faith you got. Faith that you get over to Ashley house, and faith that she don't tell your wife that that's your baby in her stomach. Faith that Franche don't show all them pictures she done took with you out of town. You got faith. You got some hell of a faith, man. I'm just saying. You got some hell of a faith, boy. Lumumba explained, and I understand that. My father told me, you know, I don't care what words you use, so as long as it effectively communicates. So he letting you know. He just want to be a smooth talker. His daddy told him, he don't care how you get it out. Just make sure you get it out. All right? All right? Effectively communicate what's within your heart. With that being said, I've learned that so many within the Jackson Police Department are full of shit. The mayor says that the guys in blue are full of shit. Well, Mayor, you might be right. But for you to say that about your police department, wow, that says a lot about the mayor. All right. It's just so full of shit, right? Just to be honest with you, and I won't say that that's the majority, but there are so many cliques. It's a difficult environment to navigate through, right? So I can see you never going to satisfy everybody, and that shouldn't be your goal. Wow. Mayor was really pouring it on, only to turn around and come back and stab Tina Wallace in the back. Stay tuned. Here we go. On or about Thursday, January the 3rd, 2018, Wallace received a memorandum from the EEO officer Larry Turner outlining Commander J. Coleman's complaint that Wallace was retaliating against him for defending Louis Jones. On February 6, 2018, the defendants paid Wallace $75,000 to settle her claims of race and sex discrimination and retaliation in the Wallace versus the City of Jackson. So they paid Tina $75,000 to settle her claim, all right? On Tuesday, February 26, 2018, Davis disseminated a memorandum to all patrol officers and detective personnel informing them of mandatory meeting dates with Lumumba on Wednesday, February 27, 2019, from the 1400 hours to 1600 hours. Thursday, February 28, 2019, from 1400 to 1600 hours. And then on Wednesday, March 6, 2019, from 7:30 to 9:30. No supervisors or any ranks were invited to attend Lumumba's mandatory meetings. On Friday, April 12, 2019, all deputy chiefs were called to a meeting in the conference room in Davis' office to meet with the consultants about alleged complaints of employees. Wallace and the other deputy chiefs were told that the consultants would be following up with each of them. Wallace was never contacted by the consultants. On or about April 16, 2019, Coleman told Wallace he dropped his retaliation complaint. Wallace immediately informed Assistant Chief Ricky Robinson and Davis that Coleman had abandoned his retaliation complaint. On or about May 1st, 2019, Assistant Chief Ricky Robinson called Wallace and directed her to appear in his office along with her male staff, Commanders Tyrone Buckley, Jay Coleman, and Marco Johnson. Robinson did not instruct Wallace to invite Commander Velma Johnson, who worked with the male commanders under Wallace. At the meeting, Robinson unveiled changes in the organizational structure of the units under Wallace. Robinson did not announce any changes in the organizational structure of the units under the direction of the male deputy chiefs. After the meeting, Wallace complained to Davis that Robinson was continuing to treat the male deputy chiefs more favorable than he treated her, micromanaging Wallace while allowing the male deputy chiefs to run their division without any interference. Robinson was not required to submit a written response to Wallace's complaint. On May 3rd, 2019, Lumumba held a meeting at JPD headquarters with civilian employees. Lumumba assured employees that changes were forthcoming. During late May 2019, after Lumumba's meeting with the police and civilian employees, Lumumba's chief of staff, Dr. Sophia Omari, told Wallace Lumumba was being pressured to do something about her. So here we go. So Lumumba was being pressured by Vincent Grizel, Ricky Robinson, Tiny Harris, and somebody else to get rid of Tina Wallace. The same Lumumba who had just sold her all that hogwash bullshit. They was telling him, you need to do something with her, all right? Personnel had it out for her. Amari told Wallace she wanted to set up a meeting between Wilma Scott and Wallace. The meeting never took place. On Tuesday, May 28, 2019, all deputy chiefs were summoned to the meeting at the Hood Building with Lumumba after his press conference about a police officer who committed suicide. Didn't I just tell y'all that? I know the whole storyline, all right? After the family of a teenage girl reported the officer for having sex in the JPD patrol car, all right, with an underage girl. Lumumba, Omari, Bradley, a.k.a. Hondo, Lumumba, Davis, Ricky Robinson, Chief Hearns, Vincent Brazil, Tina Harris, and Wallace attended the meeting. Lumumba told the deputy chiefs sworn and civilian personnel complained that deputy chiefs lacked interpersonal skills, that deputy chiefs were telling employees if they don't like it, they can leave, that deputy chiefs were backstabbing each other and not playing as a team. There was no vision of leadership. Deputy chiefs were not treating their subordinates with respect. Deputy chiefs were retaliating against their subordinates. Deputy chiefs engaged in nepotism, sexual favors, and favoritism. While mentioning Hondo wasn't a biological uncle, Deputy Chief told their subordinates they were receiving directives from Lumumba, and Deputy Chiefs were not owning up to their directives. In other words, Hondo was down there trying to run the police department. Lumumba stated he was not going to share specific complaints. Lumumba, however, demanded all deputy chiefs resign by May the 31st, 2019, and serve in an intern capacity. Pursuant to Lumumba's directive, Wallace, under duress, submitted her resignation on May the 29th, 2019, like the male deputy chief. So Lumumba forced all his deputy chiefs to resign. Y'all finna revote for this fool. This the Negro y'all finna put back in office. Then y'all wonder why crime's so high around here. See, this stuff don't get out because don't nobody want to talk about it. All right, now CJ and all the rest of them will go run and chase this story down now that I brought it up. All right, so during the week of August the 5th through 10th, 2019, all deputy chiefs and commanders were ordered to submit their application and resumes for their intern positions. Check this out. Wallace submitted her resume along with documents to show she possessed a master's degree, a bachelor's degree, and a Federal Bureau of Investigation National Academy training certificate. Wallace submitted documentation to show she ranked #1 on the lieutenant's promotional ranking in September 2013. On or about Wednesday, August the 21st, 2019, Davis informed Wallace that Officer Torrance Mayfield, a non-certified police officer, would be operating as JPD's liaison with the City of Jackson Personnel Department and as a recruiter. How you go recruit and you ain't even been recruited? Do y'all see this crap? This stuff is crazy. All right. Prior to Mayfield's selection, Wallace served as JPD liaison with the City Personnel Department. Davis instructed Wallace not to contact the city's personnel department, but to channel all requests through Mayfield. The male deputy chiefs were not required to answer or channel any decision through officers with no rank like Mayfield. On or about Wednesday, September the 4th, 2019, Lumumba, Omari, Davis, Robertson, Bradley, and 2 male consultants, Barry Powell and Ricky Bird, interviewed Wallace for the position of Deputy Chief of Administration. Davis told Wallace that evening she did an excellent job answering questions during her interview. As Lumumba predicted, JPD officers continued to whisper about Wallace, who routinely campaigned for JPD to take action against police officers and civilian employees who engaged in criminal and unethical conduct. So Tina was advocating, saying, y'all know what? There's some crime going on in here. I told y'all, it was listen, everybody know, 5,000, you could buy a murder case. I'm just saying, it was going on inside JPD. Everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no secret. And so this woman knew that you had a whole band of criminals inside burglary and homicide, inside the detective division, that were running a criminal enterprise out of JPD. And she said, hey, are we going to do something about this? They said, no, we're not going to do a damn thing. It's the liberal way. We're going to run this city in the ground. We getting money, woman. What are you talking about? On or about September the 9th, 2019, Wallace received information from JPD narcotics detective Michael Martin about former police recruit London Taylor's alleged criminal activity, gang and drug affiliation. By the time London Taylor was a member of the 58 police recruiting class, Davis instructed Wallace to conduct an investigation. Wallace was accompanied by Deputy Chief Derek Hearn. Wallace found videos of London Taylor with several high-powered weapons, large rolls of money, photographs of London Taylor, throwing up gang signs, and what appeared to be marijuana plants. Wallace contacted officials of the Mississippi Standard and Training who advised her that London Taylor could be removed from the class. Wallace reported her findings to Davis and Robinson. No action was taken against London Taylor until Wallace later discovered that London Taylor had stole JPD patches during the recruits tour of the supply unit in JPD headquarters. On September the 9th, 2019, Wallace wrote a denial letter for Davis' signature for a police recruit due to alleged sexual misconduct while he was in the military. Notwithstanding Davis' letter to the male recruit, Robinson scheduled an interview for him. Robinson excluded Wallace, who was the deputy chief over the hiring and the background process. So she did her job. She found information about these recruits who were criminals, who had slipped through the crack and were being brought on to JPD to help further a continual criminal enterprise, a RICO, that is being operated out of JPD headquarters. Oh yeah, I told y'all. I've been telling y'all though, right? So now it's Tina telling y'all, all right? Robinson replaced Wallace with a male deputy chief, Vincent Grizel, the drug dealer, the crime boss, who just got his brother, Brian Grizel. So the mayor literally endorsed the dope boy / police officer brother to sit on city council, along with the other girl, Angelique Lee. The mayor, along with these other fools, are running a continual criminal enterprise out of City Hall and out of JPD. How long have I been telling y'all that? It is right here. It is. Now what y'all gonna say? Polo been lying all this time, right? I've been telling y'all that. The criminals are in City Hall and in what? JPD. Oh, man. Y'all, okay. So when Wallace told Davis that the region, hold on, let me go back. Robinson replaced Wallace with a male deputy chief, Vincent Grizel. The interview panel was changed to consist of only one male deputy chief, Derek Hearn, Tina Harris, and Vincent Grizel. Grizel name straight in some mess. When Wallace told Davis that the rejected police recruit had been granted an interview by Robinson, Davis came to JPD headquarters and stopped the interview. Davis, however, did not take any action against Robinson. Robinson was not subjected to an internal affairs investigation. On or about Wednesday, October the 2nd, 2019, Wallace notified Robinson about an altered background file. Let me say that real slow. Them niggas rolled down that altering background file. These niggas rolled down there hiring straight criminals. No, they criminals, but they need them in uniform. They need them to help control the drug trade that they got going on out here in the street. Wallace notified Robinson about an altered background file that was brought to her attention by former JPD detective Virgil Germain. Wallace informed Robinson she was investigating Germain's claim to determine who whited out her recommendation to reject Xavier Hill due to the applicant's extensive criminal history. Now she telling y'all, this man don't deserve to be on the police force. This man is a criminal. They done went and altered this. So this Negro got a whole record. Somebody, they got to run an NCIC on you. So somebody got to take your record and hide and alter it to make sure that you get hired. You hiring, hell, I want to be a police officer. I promise I stop some of this shit. But y'all won't hire me because I'm a felon. Let me go out to my record. I promise I'll fix it overnight. I'll be the bad boy. I'll be the training day around this. I just wouldn't be bad though. Yeah, man, I'll stop everything in about 48 hours. I had so many Negroes arrested and locked up. It'll be a crime shame. We already know who's doing everything. Oh, man. Oh, man. Due to the applicant's extensive criminal history, Wallace determined Robinson altered the document and changed her recommendation to reject the male applicant. So she accused Ricky Robinson of helping hire this criminal. Wallace reported her findings about Robinson to Davis. Davis took no action against Robinson. Robinson was not subjected to any internal affairs investigation. On or about Thursday, October the 3rd, 2019, Robinson called Wallace and directed her to appear in his office with Commander J. Coleman and Sergeant Kimberly Brown. At the meeting, Robinson discussed Xavier Hill, who was caught by another employee stealing property from the impound lot during his regular duty hours. The Negro got a uniform and went to stealing from the impound lot. Robinson accused Wallace of retaliation after she instructed Commander J. Coleman to file an offense report and sign an affidavit for embezzlement against Xavier Hill. She doing her job. Wallace told Robinson he was retaliating against her because she attempted to hold a male employee accountable. Wallace asked Patricia Reed, who was taking minutes, for a copy of the minutes. Patricia Reed told Wallace Robinson ordered her not to give Wallace a copy of the minutes. On or about Friday, October 4, 2019, Robinson ordered Wallace to submit a memo about the October 3rd meeting in his office. Wallace submitted a memo and accused Robinson of retaliating against her because of the recommendations regarding male applicants and male employees. Robinson accused Wallace of insubordination. Wallace was subjected to attorney fair investigation. Robinson was not required to submit to an attorney fair investigation. Wallace reported he granted an interview to the male whose application had been rejected, and he altered the background cover sheet of Xavier Hill's application. On or about December 9, 2019, Sharon Diane Berry, who is white, disclosed Wallace as a person with information about her race discrimination claim, Berry versus the city of Jackson. Sharon Diane Berry also produced text messages exchanged to the city of Jackson's attorney office, which showed Wallace encouraged Sharon Diane Berry to apply for a manager of JPD's 911 Public Safety Communication Center in 2017 and to file a charge of discrimination with the Equal Opportunity Employment Commission if Sharon Diane Berry believed she was not selected for the position because of her race. Louisville Jones, an African-American female, was selected for the position, the same woman that stole time. Okay, so the white girl had the credentials. They didn't hire her, but they hired Louisville Jones, and she sat down there and stole over 300 hours worth of overtime. On or about Friday, December 20th, 2019, Wallace confronted Sergeant Kimberly Brown after she received complaints about the sergeant's disappearance and or extended lunch breaks with her alleged boyfriend, Jackson Fire Department Fire Chief Willie Owens. I told y'all this story a long time ago. Remember I told y'all Chief Owens had been seen in that fire truck going on lunch breaks with a JPD officer and they had been staying gone all day? I told y'all that years ago, this same story. All right. On or about January the 9th, 2020, Tamir Bowie, a City of Jackson Equal Opportunity Employment Office, sent Wallace a memorandum regarding a complaint Brown filed against Wallace after Wallace changed Brown's duty hours. On Friday, January the 10th, 2020, Wallace received a call from Halima Fleur Mafua, who worked in Lumumba's office. Fleur, that's the guy from that's the person from Detroit. Fleur told Wallace Omari wanted to meet with her at 3 p.m. on the second floor of City Hall. Before reporting to Lumumba's office, Wallace called Davis, who was on vacation, to ask why she was being summoned to Lumumba's office. Okay, so they didn't call her the JPD office, they called her to Lumumba's office. There you go, Anton. That pressure got on them. They told Negro, you don't do what we say, we're gonna put you on the platform. Go chop your head off. Before reporting to Lumumba's office, Wallace called Davis, who was on vacation, to ask why she had been summoned to Lumumba's office. David told Wallace he did not know why she was directed to appear in Lumumba's office. During the meeting in Lumumba's office, Lumumba told Wallace he was accepting her letter of resignation she submitted under duress on May 29, 2019. Lumumba asked Davis, who appeared via telephone conference, if there was anything he wanted to say. Davis started to talk about a vote that had been taken against Wallace. Lumumba cut Davis off and changed the subject. Well, Davis so dumb, he about to spill the bean. He about to say, we voted against the woman. They didn't have a vote like they at church. You know Davis think he a big time deacon. This nigga done had a quorum vote on a woman's job, and he about to tear the beans after I had to cut the Negro off. Wallace asked Lumumba what, if anything, she had done to warrant his decision to remove her as deputy chief in the absence of a recommendation by Davis, her immediate supervisor. Lumumba never provided Wallace with a reason for her removal. Lumumba did not accept the resignation of any of the other male deputy chiefs. Davis and Wallace spoke after the meeting with Lumumba and Omari. Davis told Wallace again, a vote led to Lumumba's decision to demote her. Davis told Wallace that Lumumba made the decision to remove her as deputy chief of administration. Davis assured Wallace he made it clear to Lumumba he was satisfied with her performance, but said apparently what he wanted did not count. So they dismissed Tina Wallace. And she's filed this federal lawsuit for actions of sexual discrimination, retaliation, tutorious interference with her right to work, and a constructive discharge. In the federal courts. And it's going on down. The courts go here. Now, this is what I want to ask y'all. All you anti-supporters, all you old church folks that got out here, all you Negroes in presidential here that he say voted for him, 500 some folks in the here. I'm finna say something real monumental. And I thought I would never say it. All of that. And y'all gonna let anti get 4 more years. Anti done destroyed the police department. Corruption in it, drug dealers in it, hitmen in it, all that going on in JPD. Y'all wondering why some of these murders ain't out here? JPD done committed some of them. And then woman sit there and tell y'all this going on. And they tell anti, listen, if you don't do something with her, man, our whole house go fall. And Anti ain't got the nuts, the balls, or nothing else to stand up to nobody. And he go right over there and chop that woman's head off, fired her, after he told her all them lies about he got faith in God and his daddy. So he literally lied to that woman, sold that woman a dream. You gonna be chief one day. Y'all heard it, I read it. It's long, it's detailed. That's why I told you that. That's why I started on time, because I knew we gonna have a long show tonight. But y'all need to hear this stuff. 7:30, man. Damn, we done been an hour and a half. Anti lied to that woman. And then turn around after being pressured by Vincent Grizel. Number one, chief. That's the chief of all bullshit going on in JPD. The biggest criminal down there, Vincent and Brian Grizel. And Hondo. And Anti sit there and fire that one off of pressure, because he ain't man enough to man up to none of them guys down there. Don't know nothing about running no city. They done got him in so much trouble. They done took him and dropped him off with strippers and prostitutes and everything else. They know all their business. So he can't muscle up to him. He can't say he not gonna do nothing, because them Negro go blast him if he don't. Done seen him drunk, done went and picked him up coming out the club. He's so drunk he can barely walk. Your mayor. This is what y'all got. This is what y'all got around here. Somebody called me up. They said, well, who we gonna vote for then? What you mean, who you gonna vote for? Shit, write my name in there. I don't care. Write it in. We ain't gonna vote for Charlie Reed. And we ain't gonna vote for Les Tanhill. And we ain't gonna vote for Big Mom. We gonna deal with it. He go win by default. But he can believe for the next 4 years, if he make it that long, we go deal with him. Clear cut deal with him and everybody else on his staff. And then I want y'all to let the record be the judge. We'll be on our own radio station. You won't be able to stop us. But we go deal with it, because you Negroes act like y'all don't get it. I just read to you almost 15 pages of detailed information that's filed in the federal court. Do you actually think that this woman would go to a federal court system with this much information if it wasn't true, and risk herself lying in the federal court or submitting false documents? Do you actually believe it? The same stuff I've been telling you is now on record in the federal court. Just like with Danny Ray Holland. How many children gonna tell y'all Danny Ray Holland's been touching me? Danny Ray Holland's raped me. Danny Ray Holland's been texting me. You Negroes act like y'all crazy. You act like y'all just act like y'all just don't get it. Now you can recall, Anti. We can recall it. We ain't supporting now one of them. We ain't supporting now one of them, Glory. We ain't supporting neither one of them people. Charlie Reed or Les Tan here. Nah, we not gonna let them win by default. We ain't gonna let them win like that. See that would be the coward way out. Now Negro go deal with not going out to vote. They go deal with what they got. You go deal with anti. We not gonna support Les or Charlie. And because see that what black folk do. Oh well, we gonna run over here. No, that ain't what we doing. You should have got out and supported Patty Patterson. Y'all should have told Ken Wilson to get out the way. That's what y'all should have did. So now you go deal with it. You go deal with that. That's what the community go do. They go deal with that. Deal with anti. That's what you got. That's what you ended up with. So now you deal with it. I'm not supporting no Charlotte Reed. She gonna be worse than anti. And Les Tan here too. Both of them. Why would you support them now? Like they some great white hope or something. Fuck that. Yeah. They didn't support Patty. So the hell with it. But well, we supported Patty then, we gonna support her all the way from now. We ain't gonna bag up now. What you gonna jump ship for now? Now that it didn't work out our way, oh well, we gonna jump over here with Charlotte. We gonna jump over here with that. No, fuck them. I'm gonna stick where I'm at. I'm gonna stay and tough this shit out. We deal with anti. Let's deal with the city. I'm studying the law books every day. You can recall a mayor. You can recall him. So if it get too bad, you Negroes get serious, we'll recall him. We'll get a petition going and recall the mayor. Then we'll see how serious y'all is. Yeah. If your choice Les Tan here, don't say it on this line because you're going to get blocked. We don't support Les over here. So I ain't no disrespect, Miss Simpson, but keep that to yourself. You don't support Les Tan here. We not supporting him. He ain't support us. What Les Tan here done did in this community? Nothing. He a white man that said he wanted to run for mayor. Woke up one morning and said he wanted to be the mayor. And you Negroes swallowing fire. Come on, man. You're crazy. The Negroes do anything. Charlotte Reed wake up one morning and say she want to be mayor. Ain't did nothing in your community. Ain't put in no work. Ain't did nothing. You just saw a white man or a white woman. Oh, yeah, I want to support them. You can't tell me nothing they done did. What? So why would you be supporting somebody that ain't did no work? You don't even know where he come from. That's the shit we do, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy stuff, man. Man ain't did nothing in the community. Period. Shit, you man, we'll support your dog in the backyard. Write his name in a ballot. Yeah, I mean, your dog did more than that. At least he sniffed around the yard and pissed on the ground. What less than did? What Charlotte done did? Tell me something. When y'all be talking about I'm supporting. Under what measure? You ain't got blocked yet. I'm just saying. Just don't promote your candidate on my timeline. I ain't blocked you. You got to understand what I'm saying. I said that disclaimer when I came on here. Don't promote your candidate or your agenda on that timeline. You know we don't support the man, so why? And I like you, Miss Emma. This is real. This is my page. This is my timeline. All right. I'm asking y'all not to put your candidate who you like on my time because I don't support them. And I don't want nobody on here thinking that you got a right to come on. That's free advertisement for Les Tan here. You on my timeline with 500 live views. You talking about you support Les Tan here. I don't support Les Tan here. I'm not fussing at you or mad. I'm trying to get you to see something. That's like me coming to your house telling you I want barbecue and you want a ham sandwich. I don't get to come to your house and tell you what to do. You don't get to come over here and tell me what to do on my page. I'll tell these followers. Keep that to yourself. No disrespect, babe. But I got to quit letting y'all think y'all can do what y'all want to do over here. You can't do what you want to do over here. I ain't telling you what you can support whoever you want to support. Write it on the front of your forehead. Do whatever. But don't do it on this timeline, on this page. That's just real, man. And y'all be taking this stuff serious. See, that's why I don't like liberal voters or none of that stuff. People that don't understand politics, because you take it personal. It ain't nothing personal. It's just real. Yeah, no, I ain't got nothing there, man. I'm supporting a man, a white man that ain't did nothing in this community. Nothing. You can't tell me nothing he done did. You don't even know where he came from. Prior to the mayoral race, you ain't never even heard his name. So why would you be supporting him? It's crazy shit in the world, man. I mean, just crazy. Just I support him. Oh man. Man, my people, man. Matter of fact, delete the comment, leave her on the page, delete the comment where his name even on my page. I don't support him. Period. Charlie Reed, none of them. Wanda Evers, none of them. None of that. I'm not supporting that foolishness, and I mean that, man. No, I ain't initially suggested him. Now you lying, and I'm finna get mad because you lying on me. I initially suggested Bradley Loom. Make it clear. I ain't initially suggested no less than here. Bradley Loom was who I initially suggested. So if you got the white boys confused, that's on you. Now you about to make me pissed off, and I'm about to boot you. No disrespect. If you go say something about me, tell the truth. Don't tell no lie. Tell the truth. Yeah. Now, if I initially suggested, then now I'm suggesting send your ass to the pastor. Suggest that. Just made me mad. I just suggested that too. Send you on to the pastor, because now you about make me mad with that crazy shit. I guess you thought it was something soft over here, but it ain't. I don't know what Kool-Aid Les got you drinking, but send Mary ass to the pastor ASAP. Crazy shit. Supporting no motherfucker less than here. What the fuck wrong with you? Shit. I ain't got mad. Motherfucker be trying to switch it up like you said something slick. I'm telling you, man, people think because they be supporting you on certain issues shit, then they can get to come back and say, you don't get to do that to me. I'm not that dude. I don't give two fucks. Don't support, don't watch no more, don't do whatever. But don't come on here trying to switch shit up or change the narrative. I don't do that. This is my page, and I'm gonna protect my audience. Shit, get your ass on out of here. Bye. And now go over there on his page, on his live, and see if he got 400 live people go follow him when he come on live. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't put no work in. We put in all the work. We the one been to jail. We the one had fake charges and false shit put on. You think I'm gonna let a motherfucker, I don't care, you senior citizen, blind, cripple, or crazy. You don't come over here and say what you want to say and think I'm gonna just let that shit slide. It ain't happening. Fuck you. I mean that, man. Real talk, man. Motherfuckers down, man. Motherfucker don't get away like that, man. I ain't with that shit. Cause motherfucker ain't did nothing for Polo. Not a motherfucking thing. Shit. So what wrong with y'all now? Y'all motherfuckers think I'm something soft, think I'm a comedian or something funny. I'm serious about the shit that I do. Rather you believe it or not. And I'm always right. That's another thing y'all hate. I'm always right. The shit that I say, it be right. You don't like the delivery, you don't like none of it. Well, don't watch. But guess what? I don't lie. Yeah, Monique, they don't. They be in their motherfucking feelings, Monique. They can't listen. See, Monique, let me tell you what be. A motherfucker be so in their feelings and so worried about if you or anybody else is listening to what I'm saying that they be so busy trying to find an end, a route. That's like a motherfucker be mad. I know motherfucker mad about the person that I associate with. Motherfucker mad about the motherfucker I be involved with. Motherfuckers be so mad that the shit they been told a person about you don't add up. When the person really get to know you and be like, man, they said all this shit, and you ain't nothing like what they. See, motherfucker be mad when you not who they say you are. When the lies that people tell on you don't add up, it be two sets of people mad. I keep trying to tell y'all this shit. The motherfucker that told the lie and the motherfucker that listened to the lie. They be mad. That shit run a motherfucker hot, man. You don't waste your time lying on a nigga, and you done said that you know y'all listen to them lies all day long. Motherfucker lie on somebody, you be saying, girl, for real? Ooh, he did that. Girl, you lying. Ooh, you seen it too? Show it to me. Send me. But girl, I gotta get the picture from somebody. So-and-so say she had the shit never come through. Oh, I heard the nigga was chaotic. I heard he was this. I heard the so-and-so looking for him. I heard this. And then when none of the shit add up, damn, they lied on this man all this time. Now, motherfucker, you listen to the lie. So yeah, you mad too. You mad that you wasted your time listening to the lie that was told. So the motherfucker that told the lie be mad, and then the motherfucker that sat there and listened to the lie, they mad. You still happy, you still going along. Motherfucker mad at you for you not being what they wanted you to be. That's the craziest shit in the world, man. Y'all better watch that shit, dog. Motherfucker be mad at you for not being what they told another motherfucker you were gonna be. And I'm telling you, man, this shit crazy. I'm telling you, there ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it, man. Ain't nothing like it. So, y'all just be mindful, man. I'm telling you, you got to watch these African American liberals with two eyes in the front and a set in the back. I'm telling you that. So they be some bald head sissies. They be bald head sissies, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Bald head sissies. You bald head sissy? These damn bald head sissies make me sick. These bald head sissies make me sick. That's what I said. You're a bald head sissy. That's what I said. You're a bald head sissy. That's what I said. Yeah. You're a bald head sissy.
You were about to lose your job. Get this dance. You were about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing.
Bald head sissy. Bald head sissy. Bald head sissy. You bald head sissy.
That's what I said.
Oh man. Hey man, it's been real, man. It's been real. It's been real in the field, man. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. My God. My God. Y'all have a blessed night, man. We out of here, man.
It was like my wife cut my confidence off with a butcher's knife. That night when I picked up the receiver of the phone in our house and heard her say the shocking words,